Guys, this is Boondoggle.
Yeah.
This is it.
Oh, let's start. I'm ready.
So, first things first, episode 5 dropped this morning at midnight, actually. And I already got some feedback.
Uh-oh.
Amy, I know you don't watch, but
I do not watch.
obviously the name of the episode was Who Kills the Punchline?
Eden.
So we know what that was about. But the short that I posted on Instagram was called Explicit AF.
Oh.
And so the
I
suggestion,
don't think I saw. What was
I
it?
tagged you.
Oh.
It was just talking about how I had to check the explicit content box and our whole conversation about that. So anyway, we did have someone suggest that I wasn't able to put a timer on for how long Eden was muted. But the suggestion was that we should either have like a ticker on the bottom marking off every time she drops an F-bomb or curses or flicks us off or whatever, or make it a drinking game. So we could put that up as a
but nobody
poll.
likes to drink anymore. We're too old.
Okay. Well, we could put it up as a poll on this episode. If people want to make a drinking game out of it or think we should keep track.
Or think I should stop cursing. That should be the third choice.
Okay. Yeah.
On Watch What Happens Live, you know how they have like the word
that
of the
was the reference.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yes.
And then they count how many times. That's the drinking part.
Yeah. So
I mean, I was just having this conversation with Eden. Like, I gave up alcohol. I feel like, I mean, I drink my glass of rosé, but like, I just cannot drink hard liquor anymore.
Well, it came up because I was like, we have to go out 2 nights this weekend. I'm scared.
I said that to you, Amy. I was like, wait,
how
you're
are we
trying to tell
doing
me
2 nights
Friday
back
night
to back?
we're going out to celebrate Allie, and then Saturday night we're going out for cocktails? Like, how is this going to happen?
I don't know.
I'm going to need like
IVs.
full 3 days of recovery.
Oh,
I don't
IV's
even
a great idea. We need IV
Yes.
drips. Yes.
Actually, what we should be doing is drinking a liquid IV
goodness.
before we go.
Oh, I do that sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
I even mix it with my
Or
liquor,
after.
although, yeah.
Or after. I don't know.
Maybe
So-
I'll get one of those patches. They're supposed to help you not get hungover and give you like all the things you need while you're drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder
There's
if they
one
work.
of the housewives.
Bitox. What was it called?
Botox?
Not
What?
Botox. Bitox. It was called.
That's another story.
That's tomorrow.
Not to be confused with today's story.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway,
the drinking
that was
is weird.
That was the feedback. That
2 nights out in a
that
row
we
is
got.
weird. We're gonna need a lot of recovery next
I
weekend.
know,
you guys.
especially because Allie said we're going balls to the wall on Friday.
Well,
so
Allie goes
always
balls to
goes
the
balls to
wall.
the wall. She's like the one
Yes.
person who has not slowed down. She's like still like she's 21.
And she
Oh,
bounces
man.
right back.
She does.
Oh,
She's
I
man.
incredible.
don't get it.
She's
Allie,
working
what's
out the
your
next
secret?
morning, running,
Oh,
and
yeah.
lifting and
NBD.
all the
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll
Yeah.
teach us her secrets on Friday night.
Wait, do you
maybe she
guys
has
want to talk about our last trip to the bar last last week with your
Oh
sister-in-law?
goodness, your steno pad. We never
Oh,
talked about the
wait,
steno pad
We
notes.
never talked about the Stenopad. We never talked about our new friend, the comedian, and that whole situation. But
That
what was
was
it?
a
You sent us a
scene,
meme,
guys.
right, Eden?
I found a meme that said like normalize bringing a steno pad out to a bar so that we can remember all the funny things that happened that night.
So
Amy
I did.
Battaglia, like
Where did I
steno
put it?
pad
I'm gonna go
self.
get it, you guys, because
Okay.
I have to.
Duh.
Amy's been like the steno girl since high school, so we're like, Amy,
Yeah.
we're going to Whiskey Neat. Shout out to Whiskey Neat.
It just so happened that Amy had the soccer girls over at her house and had gotten some little notepads for them to take
Oh,
notes
boy.
during the film review.
I
So she
did.
had extras, and she brought one to the bar
I
for
did
me.
bring one.
And
And
it
it
was Chanel.
Yeah,
Chanel's
so-
face.
Yeah. So what happened is I stuck it in my bag and then I threw my bag in the car, like on the armrest, and I ran back in for something. And I come back to the car and Chanel was in the front seat and she goes, "Why on earth do you have a steno pad in your purse right now?" And I was like, "Oh, it's fine." Yeah.
So then she gave it to me at the bar.
Amy to take notes.
Yeah.
and nobody had a pen. So
nobody
we had to ask,
yeah, I didn't bring a pad. I just brought the pad.
but we had to ask the server, who was
Yeah.
not actually a server, poor like bartender,
server.
busboy, something
Yeah.
that was filling in because it was so busy. So he gave us a pen. So I proceed to pull out the steno pad and I'm right. And the whole entire time I'm like, it's dark, don't have any glasses on, literally blindly just taking notes
Writing.
on all the things that are happening around us and that we're talking
And we
about.
would be
And
crying,
Chanel was
laughing,
like,
and we would be like,
what
Amy, write
the
this
hell
down.
are you
Write this
doing?
down.
No,
Yeah,
Chanel was like, you're weird.
flabbergasted.
And what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
she got behind it at all.
I don't think Friday
Yeah.
night you're going to be able to bring the steno pad, Aim.
No,
That's
No.
not going to be a steno
No,
scene.
I don't think so.
No.
no. But
I do think the comedian story will really highlight our personalities and like
yes.
our boundaries and non-boundaries. Eden, were you there when he first walked up?
No.
So
No.
you
It was
like
just
missed
Jamie.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, but Eden knows how I am with like people. I'm like,
Yeah.
Don't touch her.
So we
Don't
were
come near
waiting.
me,
We were
don't-
waiting for a table to open.
yeah.
And there were 2 tables that were the
Oh.
people were possibly getting up. And one table got up first. So we sat down at it. And then the one in the corner, those people got up like, I don't know, 15 minutes later. And this other group sat down there. And I don't know how this guy just ended up older guy, right? He just
Like
out of the
parents'
blue,
age,
like,
parents' age older.
63. No, I think he said he was
Yes.
63, right?
yeah, something like that.
Mm.
And he walked up and he was like, did you guys go to the Kevin James
Comedy
show? And I was like, no, we didn't. I thought it was like that night. And I'm thinking, oh, he must have had an early show and they just came from the show. And he was like, oh, I opened for him at, at the Hard Rock. And I was like, oh, wow, impressive. And Jamie was like, really? What's your name?
I
And
can't.
what did he say? I wrote it down.
Of course you did.
Frank Rosato. So
Frank Rosato.
immediately
You broke up.
Jamie's on her phone and she's like, Frank Rosato, comedian.
So
Nothing.
here's the thing.
Zero things come up.
Amy immediately engages. Jamie immediately starts like Googling and
Investigating.
I'm like,
Don't come near me.
disgusted. Like,
Yeah.
Don't
why are
talk
we
to
even,
me.
why is this
Don't
guy
look at
here?
me.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we're like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah. And what did he said? His dad was in, you probably won't
Yeah,
find anything because
yeah,
my dad was in the mafia. And Amy goes,
I'm like, I look at them, I go, rule number 1 of the mafia, you don't tell anyone you're in the mafia.
yeah. And so meanwhile, he says he's from New York and he has like a full on Southern
draw,
like North Carolina, South Carolina, like draw.
heavy accent.
And we're like, you're from New York? He's like,
Something
well,
like-
I've been down here a long time, like 20 years or whatever. And I was like, oh, well, sounds like you have a Southern accent. And he was like, oh, well, I lived in Myrtle Beach for a little while. We're like, okay, well,
Like your whole entire life.
right. Not something already is not adding up. Well, first the mafia, then his Southern drawl from New York. So it wasn't adding up. Well, then he proceeds to start telling us jokes.
Oh my God.
And now I'm done. Like as if
Amy
I
was
wasn't
like,
done before. I was already sideways in my
What was
chair.
Chanel doing?
Grossly
She was-
inappropriate jokes that we cannot repeat.
She was
Even
talking to
me cannot repeat them.
because she
No.
knows I'm not engaging in that. I'm like listening with this ear kind of, but I'm fully
Yeah.
like body turn disinterested.
So Jamie and I are like, he's like, can I tell you guys a few jokes? And we're like, yeah, go ahead. And we're sitting there. We're like, yeah, what's your joke? Jamie and I, and he tells a couple jokes and we're like, oh, remember the camping one? Oh Lord, our
Was
poor
Jamie
server.
laughing out loud? Because I could see Jamie laughing out
No,
loud.
we
like,
were both
totally
laughing out loud.
humoring him.
Yeah.
Not really because his
can't.
jokes were
Don't
funny,
humor
because
people
they
like
weren't
that.
funny. And we were like, this guy, what is
It was more of a
happening?
confused laugh than a
Yes.
like a.
But he
response.
tells our server walks up, this poor
Oh,
like
God.
young kid walks up and he tells a very I'm not even going to say the joke.
No.
Inappropriate joke to our server who was very quick and had a very witty response. I'll give him
Good.
that, but it was
Yeah.
completely inappropriate. And the
Tons.
poor kid, and we're like, oh my gosh. And then he tells another joke. And again, it was vulgar and I cannot repeat it on this
Is
podcast.
that the one that
despite
Jamie
the
had to
fact,
text Ryan to get what
Yes.
it meant? Okay.
yes. So like, I know I clicked explicit content, but we're not even going to
No,
No.
it's
say this joke
In a-
on
yeah.
the podcast. But nonetheless, Jamie and I look at each other Neither of us understand the joke, but we are laughing so hard that we are crying.
Yeah.
And we both look at each other and she goes, did you get the joke? And I'm like, no. Did you get the joke? And she's like, no, which only proceeds to make us laugh even harder. So now he thinks he's so funny.
He thinks
he's going to continue.
Funny. Right.
So funny. But I don't even know. We finally got
You
rid
guys
of
sent
it
me a
somehow.
picture. I was at Madam's
So-
game, and you're like,
Oh.
hurry up. We have a guest appearance, a comedian for you. I'm like,
Okay.
oh my
Now
gosh.
here's my thing. So
He
of
did not
course,
open
I'm
for
like,
Kevin James.
Duh.
Yes.
You see 5 women sitting at a table having a good time, conversations flowing. We have drinks coming, whatever. Of course, mine's like a watered down rosé, but that's a whole nother story. Don't interrupt. Like,
Leave
who
us
do
alone.
you think you are that like you should come up and engage with us? Like, no,
Right.
no.
So we
Like, read
we
the
did
audience,
nothing.
Mr. Comedian.
Yeah, we did nothing to
No,
make him assume
no.
we were inviting him to our table.
Yep. No.
Once he came, we did engage with, well, Jamie and I engaged
Yeah,
with him,
I did.
but there was nothing like come bother us
No,
at all,
no,
at all.
no.
Yeah. So he did
What
come
else
back
is on your
later.
list from the Steno pad?
Yeah. Oh, well, that was on the list. I mean, immediately Jamie started Googling who opened for Kevin James.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, but before you got there, also, Eden, there was a photographer. Where's
Oh,
my
right.
picture? There was a photographer. I have it right here. So there was a photographer walking around taking pictures of everyone. And she's like, oh, can I take your guys' picture? And we were Chanel was like, no. And we were like, yeah, let's take a picture. Again, she was like, what the hell is happening in this place? Where are we? Who are these people?
She's like,
Why
this
is all this
why I-
going on?
Yeah,
So
like, this is
confused.
why I like a dive bar with the sticky
Yeah.
floor.
Gross.
So the lady, the young girl who was taking pictures, first of all, she was very bossy. She had like probably like an Eastern European accent, would you say? Very bossy.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we're trying to get together for a picture and she's like, no, do this, do this. So then she said, okay, now with a peace sign. Jamie is like, we are 47 years old. I was like, I'm 46 still.
Same.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. She's like, okay, 46. We do not do peace signs. Okay.
But then it
So-
gets weirder.
So,
It gets weirder?
what gets weirder? Did I forget
Piper.
something?
What?
When you
Oh,
showed
what-
Piper the
Yes.
picture,
Okay. So wait, here's the picture, you guys.
I have the real one.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a fake one?
This is the fake one.
Well, I like,
You bought one.
I bought it.
What are you talking
Paid
about?
$20 for
I
it. This
did.
is the
I
free
did.
one. This
You
is the
paid
free one.
$20 for a picture of the four
I
of you?
did. I did.
What is
Okay.
wrong with you?
What? I can't remember what Piper called that. So
Why did
meanwhile,
you pay her money for a picture?
I don't know. It was a memory. I
so-
wanted her to go away.
And Eden, we're sorry you were not there for it.
But
However,
I made a little on my story. I put a little emoji
yes,
of Eden.
she like put you in.
Plugged
I'll
you
fill
in.
you in when I post this on the podcast. I'll fill you in.
I'm dead from all of
Okay.
this. I
Wait,
did
wait,
not
no.
know you paid for anything.
The next day, this picture was lying around somewhere on the counter, on the couch. Oh, I was using it as a bookmark. So it was on the couch while I was reading. And Piper comes up and she's like, Mom, what is wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. What are you talking
My
about?
kids
She goes-
ask me that every day.
She goes, did you guys use a filter on this? And I was like, no, some lady was walking around taking this picture. She's like, no, it's like that thing on TikTok. And I was like, what thing?
Yeah.
And now I can't remember what it's called.
Uncanny.
Uncanny something. Uncanny.
Something. Uncanny. Yeah. And, it
And
makes-
I was like, what? So I looked it up. Eden, do you know what we're talking about?
No, but is she making fun of you? This lady with the camera walking around?
No, it's like this uncanny filter makes you look like a cartoon.
almost
And then when I
like-
looked at it a second time, I was like, we
You're
do
right.
kind of look cartoonish.
You're right. Yeah.
What?
It almost
It's
what
the
was
weirdest
that?
thing.
What was that character like Slender Man or something where like it kind of like
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
made your
Uncanny.
face out. I can't explain it.
So I looked it up on
was very
TikTok. I
bizarre.
looked up
She was
uncanny.
spot though. That
uncanny-
woman used the uncanny filter on us.
uncanny filter. It's like I don't know. It makes your eyes look like
Cartoony.
beady almost, like beady eyes. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
where the
But anyway,
Slender Man thing-
I'll post something about it so you guys
Yeah,
can.
that was weird. What else happened that
It was
night?
really. Ooh, well, we talked about people photoshopping their pictures.
Catfishing?
So bad. You guys.
I mean,
No.
You guys
It's,
have to
it's an
stop.
epidemic,
This-
you guys.
And now that I look at this, I'm like, we really, we don't look like that, you guys.
Here's the
Look at-
issue.
I mean,
The food, Chanel.
look at
The
Chanel.
teeth are all very weird too.
Real. They're all white. I don't know. So that's
Yeah,
not
but
what.
okay, but you guys didn't filter that. There are people who filter
we didn't.
themselves so
Oh
much
no, yeah.
that like I was having a
No.
conversation with someone who was like, "Oh, you know so and so's wife." I was like, "I've never met her, but I think we're friends on Facebook." And they were like, "You will never recognize her because that's not what she looks like." I was like, "What
In
are you
real
talking
life?
about?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
she's like an anime.
Here's
I
the
used
problem.
to know someone that would smooth their face out so bad that like you'd be like, where'd their nose go? Like literally
Yeah,
gone.
Right.
Gone.
That's really funny. That's fun. I mean, if these people ever go missing, no one's finding them. 'Cause
No,
there's
no one will find them.
pictures.
No.
I've seen people that try to make their waist so skinny that the buildings in the background kind of bow
Are
also.
wavy.
I'm like,
Yeah.
well, what's happening to that building,
Right.
you guys?
Yes.
Just be you guys. Just be you.
Just
Yeah.
be you.
Okay, what else is on the list?
Let's talk about the fact that Chanel gave us her report back on the gin and juice. She got the
She did.
Oh,
She
gin and
did buy
juice.
it. Yeah.
She gives it a
okay,
gave it a
that's better
3
than
out
the
of 5.
10.
She
Yeah.
said it was fizzy, right? And
Yes,
that was she didn't expect it
she
to be like
wasn't
a fizzy
expecting
drink.
like a-
Yeah, and it was in a can, like yeah. So she wasn't
Yeah.
thrilled about it. I still would like to try it myself.
Same.
because-
Although I'll take one sip and I know I'll hate it. But she was so excited for it, and it was definitely a letdown for her.
Yeah.
So I guess they won't be sponsoring us after this.
No,
Um,
probably not.
And then Eden, I think you were there. Next on the list was the Austin Powers dancer.
Oh my God. Wasn't that the
Remember?
comedian?
Oh no, but he was so nice. He did
Oh, I
like
thought
help
he
chase the
did look like
comedian
the
away.
comedian. Oh.
No, the guy that was over by the couch area celebrating the
Oh.
birthday, the
Yeah.
Austin Powers dancer.
He was so
Yeah.
and
good.
he was
He came right
really
over to me. He's like, "You do not want this man here, huh?" I'm like,
No.
"How do you
Nope.
know?" And he's like,
No.
"It's written all over your face, your body language."
I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely had resting, get away from me face.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, the next thing on the list was women who aged so poorly, they look like men.
Oh my
this is
God.
that
It's true
happens
though.
sometimes.
It's true though.
Speaking of-
Like that time, you look at a picture, a picture of someone in
Someone.
high school, and you were like, "Oh, men don't age."
Not
well."
our high
And
school.
you're like,
Not our
"My
house
daughter."
school.
Not our high school. Yeah,
Amy
Slate-
saw a picture of a friend with a friend and
Yeah.
and she was like, Amy said, "Oh, it's so sad that the boys from high school don't age the way the girls do." And her friend said, "That's not a boy, that's a girl."
Yeah, I felt really
What?
bad.
Nice.
But on that topic,
moving right along. So we also need to talk about how, some people are really affectionate and like to be touchy-feely, and others just don't. And
Yeah.
how Chanel wanted, when she was visiting, she wanted to buy a love seat raft for the two of you
Yes.
to float on in your pool.
That's not the first time we've had issues with Chanel wanting to be super close to Amy.
Yeah, that's never happening. I told her straight up. I'm like, she's like, when I walked out, she was
She
already
loves
here on the
you.
raft in my pool. And she's like, "Imagine if we had gotten the love seat one, you could lay here with me." I'm like, never
Well,
happened.
then what happened last time you guys were getting a manicure?
Oh gosh, we went to
Well,
go
pedicure.
Manicures or pedicures?
We went
Pedicure.
to go get manicures, pedicures. We ended up sitting next to each other for the pedicure. And she has her arm there, it's like the pedicure chair, there's like a table in between, and my chair. And she has her arm stretched out over the table. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, "Hold my hand." And I was like, "What? No, I'm not holding your hand."
She said to me, "You don't want to hold your sister's hand when you guys are getting pedicures?" I was like, "I never want to hold. I
No.
love my sister like
No.
a lot,
not
and I would do a
holding
lot of
hands.
things for her. Holding her hand when we're getting
No.
pedicures, definitely not one of them."
She's like,
I mean-
"Why not?" I'm like, "My nails are wet." Like, no, I don't want to hold your hand. I was trying not to embarrass her in front of the girls. And of course, they're like, my girl is like my girl who I always go to. And she's looking at me like,
Has she ever met you?
yeah, what?
Who
No.
is this girl?
Yeah. And then she and I, of course, have talked about it since. She's like, "Man, she really wanted to hold your hand." I'm like, "Oh, she was serious. She wants to smuggle at all times." I just am I mean, I'm like that with my kid. Like I love.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like
Like,
Piper, we'll get out of the car to walk into Publix, and Piper will hold my hand walking into the
Right.
grocery store
Great.
or whatever.
Happy to do that.
But I don't even think she would want to hold my hand during a pedicure.
Ellie will
and
hold my hand
she's-
sometimes when we're walking into Publix too, but definitely not a pedicure.
No, Harlow definitely no, like never. Piper, like when she was little, I used to think she like was reincarnated from like a cat because she would like rub
Burrow.
on, like
Yeah.
she wanted to be like on me, like rubbed
Right.
up against me. Yeah.
Right.
So
Madden still wants to get back in my uterus, so he'll hold my hand, grab my like, have his arm around me in Publix. Like, he's a very affectionate one.
yeah.
He's a clingy human.
Evan,
That's cute.
So
he gave me hugs one night. We won't discuss.
that's it for my notepad, you guys.
I know. I was trying to think. Was there something else that went down?
No,
Oh,
you would have had it
hello.
right now.
You must have put the notepad away. Okay, so our adorable waiter, who was probably like early 20s, he comes over to the table at the end of the night. We're like signing checks or doing whatever. And like he's talking to us, and then he kind of stops. And he just follows these people out the door,
Oh my God. It was
leans
so
over,
weird.
follows them walking down the sidewalk of the restaurant. And we're
He
like,
did not speak.
nothing.
His
We're
whole
like,
demeanor changed.
everything.
Everything changed.
And we're like, are you okay? He's like, those are very dangerous people. And we're like,
Oh yes. I was
I'm
like,
sorry,
I
what?
couldn't-
And he's like, didn't grow up in the best situation. Those people are called 1%ers and they are very dangerous. And we're like, what do you mean? He's like,
what does that mean?
Ultimately he meant they were oh gosh, the word's gonna escape me now. It's like when you like don't believe in the Constitution and like they don't believe in the laws. They are anarchists. That's what they are. And he was like, he was
startled for sure.
Yeah.
He
And his-
recognized immediately.
Immediately.
And he did not.
Tracked
And
him.
they like walked in, went to the walked back by the bathroom.
But didn't
walked
he
back
say
by
like
the
they had protected him or something along those lines? No.
I don't
No.
remember that. But
Oh.
he was like, you guys need to wait a minute. He like didn't
Yeah.
even want us to walk out there
to
for
the
a few
car.
minutes.
Yeah, he was like, chill
It's
here
like a
for a
whole thing.
minute, which was so nice of him.
Yeah.
But it was pretty
Um,
startling.
Between the weirdo comedian and those people.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
guys, I got the funniest text from Olivia today. I have to read it to you.
Uh-oh.
I know.
She gonna kill you?
No, maybe, who knows? I just dissected a heart. I said,
Oh.
whose heart? How did it go? She said, a sheep. And now my stomach hurts.
Aw.
I said, does it make sense how the heart works now? Nope. I said,
Okay.
other than sick, did you get anything out of it? No, literally nothing. I just want school to be over.
I'm dead.
Aw.
Did you
I
tell her
hope
that
it
someone
was-
had a sheep at the cheer competition?
I hope it wasn't that
No.
sheep.
Oh, Amy,
That was
that's
from the
terrible.
The emotional
Um,
support sheet.
Terrible. Terrible.
I know.
Wait, I have to
Wait.
tell you my
Oh, okay, go.
latest episode of Brain Frog.
Oh,
So, we
I
pay our
mean-
HOA. Our HOA is so archaic. They still send us a bill. We still have to write a check. We mail
oh
it
my
in.
gosh.
So annoying. And so, I write the check, mail it in. It has to be in by like, April. They have to get it by April 20th, or, you get like a $25 late fee. So I sent it, whatever, before the 20th. And so it
Eighth.
must have been
Ninth.
like last Wednesday. My phone rings and it's an unknown number. I don't answer it. And then I see a voicemail pop up and it's like, you know how your phone now like has the transcript of
Yes.
the voicemail and it takes up like your whole phone. So as they're leaving the message, I'm reading and I'm like, oh crap, it's the accountant that our HOA uses. Please call me. I have to explain something to you. And I was like, oh crap, what did I do?
Oh God.
So I call her and she's like, yeah. She's like, so you sent us a check. It has the date. And it has like made out to whatever, Pine Island Ridge, blah, 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 blah. And you signed it and you basically sent us a blank check.
Amy.
Like,
my
what?
Amy.
I was like, oh my God. Like, first of all,
Because you didn't go to Nova Blanche Forum and they taught us how to fill out checks.
I taught personal and family finance. I
Yes,
definitely
you
know
did.
how to write a check, but my brain doesn't work. And I literally just wrote them a blank check. I spilled it.
Thank God it was someone honest
Yeah,
that you wrote it
exactly.
to.
So she's like, I'm gonna rip it up and tear this one up. She's like, just send us a new one and make sure to
She
fill
should have
it
just
out.
spelled it out.
Oh my gosh. No, I think that's probably like not legal. One thing I forgot to mention when we were talking about the drinking game and how many times you curse, oh no, because you didn't see the short on Instagram. I bleeped it out for Instagram just to be funny this time.
Okay. I didn't notice.
Okay, I have an update on bed
Oh.
parties.
Oh, you do? Okay.
You guys, it is so much crazier than you could ever imagine.
I thought
Okay.
you already told us it's so crazy.
Nope, I got more info. First, boys have table parties, not bed parties.
Oh, yes.
What's
we
a
did hear
table
this.
party?
Correct,
Yeah.
right?
I
So
don't
it's
know.
the same idea as what they do on a bed, but for a boy, they do it on a table.
They on like your dining room table, or they make him
Yep.
a table?
They like decorate the dining room
Okay.
table.
Because making tables is also a college thing.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, so that's first. Second, there are companies. Okay, so there's two types of bed parties. One is a party that like your core group of friends decorates and buys things for you.
And
but
like someone's
not
in
like
charge, like
Right.
your best friend.
And
in
then
charge or
you
whatever.
just buy like a snack of that color or the balloons or whatever it is. That's like your basic bed party.
That's
Then
for the
there's-
basic bitches.
Then there's the parties where like the parents throw it and go all out. There is a company that comes to your house and when you go on their Instagram, like they will make a jean jacket for you with the
Oh my
school's mascot for $350. They will decorate the balloon. Like it is insane.
It's like a bar mitzvah, a bat mitzvah bed party.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I can't.
People are spending thousands of
But
dollars.
you know why people made a company? Because people will spend
Right.
thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars to do these bed parties.
Guess who won't? Me.
Yeah, I'm not thinking I'm going to be able to do that
No.
either.
Not the one.
I mean, I could go to the dollar store and buy some fun stuff, right? Like
Duh.
dollar
Have you met Amy
balloons.
Battaglia? She'll make
Yeah.
it look absolutely perfect.
I mean, they're renting like those
Hopefully
clear
Piper goes
boxes.
to the whatever school colors the girls go to.
Yes, and
Yeah,
we'll just
first, and
reuse
Amy
it.
can just save everything, and a year later we could reuse it.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you go on Instagram and you look at like hashtag, I'm not going to say the name of the company that I heard of,
Okay.
but it's so outrageous. I can't even tell you. But hashtag bed parties and then look for
You'll
one
find
that's
all the
super
things.
fancy. And then I'm sure they'll tag the company in it and you can go and look
That's
and
crazy.
see how much money people are spending on items to put on the bed.
I can't even. Yep.
$350 for a jean jacket that is bedazzled, which we talked about in the last.
Yeah.
But that was the machine, the bedazzler.
Yeah, but this is like a bajillion bedazzles on
Of
it.
course.
I
Wait,
mean,
I have a story, you guys, that remember last time we talked about Madden's field trip and all that? And
Yes.
so I have the craziest story for you guys. There was a middle school that just recently went on their trip, and I didn't know this. I'm trying to look for the picture to show you. It was like a news article or whatever.
like an end of the year school trip.
Yeah, like the
Okay.
sixth grade's end of the year trip or whatever.
it.
They're all happening right now. Broward sixth graders field trip to SeaWorld ends in flames after bus catches on fire.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That's a nightmare.
So in a group text, we asked our friend if her daughter went, and she was like, no. When she saw that, she hadn't let her sixth grader go because what happened to her older daughter, who's now in college, when she went on her sixth grade trip. At that time, she had a fourth grader and a sixth grader. She was chaperoning the fourth grader's trip. The sixth grader was going just with the school because, in middle school, they don't usually take parent chaperones. They're on the way there in the fourth grade with the fourth grade trip. That's like a whole different story. She saw somebody filming in the bathroom when she
Oh my
was
God.
waiting for the parents. and she went crazy and started chasing him with her phone, and they caught the guy. So that happened in the morning. She's on the 4th grade field trip chaperoning. Okay.
So wait, like they stopped at like a rest stop,
Correct. Like
Okay.
Fort Drum, whatever,
not
whatever.
like the bathroom on the bus.
Correct. No, they're
Okay.
at a rest stop. She was in there with
Got
some
it.
kids. She sees that this is happening. So, okay, they have the rest of the day, the field trip. She's on the 4th grade trip. Her daughter's on the 6th grade trip. Her daughter's now on the way home from the 6th grade trip. And at the rest stop, they left her all by
What?
herself. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In the
Her daughter.
bathroom?
Her 6th grade daughter is left at the rest stop and the buses leave. And her first instinct is to call her chaperone, who had her own child with her. And that is why there was a miscount of humans on the bus.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
That teacher told her, we'll pull over. We're a half mile up the road. Come to us.
What?
Wait, no.
Walk down the turnpike?
Walk down the turnpike. Mom is
No.
flipping out on the phone with the principal, who's being very amazing and supportive of mom. Now, remember, mom is on a field trip with 4th grader from a different school. Begs that chaperone to stop at that service plaza and pick up her daughter. And they did.
Oh my gosh.
That is so beyond messed up.
The 2 teachers got fired that night. Her
Oh.
other daughter didn't go on this 6th grade trip and the bus caught fire. You guys,
That's
is that
so
the craziest
crazy.
thing you've ever? I mean, what is your worst nightmare as a teacher on a field trip?
Yeah. Losing a kid.
How
I
many
mean,
times do you count the kids?
You can't even imagine.
Like 7 dozen times.
It's like people will be like, okay, enough. No, there's
Not
no
enough.
enough.
I was like, I'm
Never.
so glad you told me that story after Madden got back from his trip
Yeah.
and not before.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And I'm imagining that the girl who's in college, were there even cell phones? Like, was that a thing then?
Yeah.
I mean, it was 5,
Yeah.
6 years ago, 7
And a
years ago.
6th grader had a cell phone? Yeah, I guess so.
I guess on a field trip.
I'm so old.
I know.
Yeah, that
right?
happened.
It
That
is
means you guys are
insane.
old too.
You
though.
guys, is that the craziest story you've ever
That's
heard?
really messed
Yeah.
up. I will say that, teaching 4th grade for a very long time, I did the St. Augustine trip a lot of times, and we did bring parents. And I am telling you, it would have been 1,000 times easier to just bring my 22 students myself. Like,
Right.
Kids just respond differently to their teacher than they do
Mhm.
even other people's parents. Like, parents have their own agenda, and that can't, like, you have to be on our agenda.
Yeah.
It would have been easier ironically, the 5th grade trip at my old school, they go to DC and they don't take any parents. They just take
For
staff
that reason. Yeah.
because it's very complicated.
So
They
crazy.
complicate things. Yeah.
So
Oh,
crazy.
those teachers.
Can
that
you
were-
imagine?
No.
Former
because
teachers.
I'm
Who
telling you, it
suggests
never
that the kid
happened.
walks a half mile by themselves?
That
The
is
teacher,
the
one of the teachers that
craziest-
got fired.
I can't, I don't even know if I'd be okay if she walked back to walk her back.
Yeah.
Hey,
Do you know, I would be like
0%.
running to,
Yeah.
first of all, it wouldn't happen. I'd be running to that, telling the bus to turn around and come back and pick us up at the rest stop. Like, I would
100%.
run the half mile back
to
to the
stay
rest
with her
stop.
so she wasn't
Yeah.
alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Craziest
You
ever.
guys, the rest stop is like the scariest place on the planet.
Yeah, they had her
Yeah.
sit with a police officer and wait for, and then the mom got there on the 4th graders bus
Wait,
and they picked her
There
up
there happened to be a police officer there.
at the rest stop.
Oh my
there
God.
usually are.
Yeah,
Like FHP are usually somewhere nearby.
Close. So
But
lucky.
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So-
Walk to the bus.
Walk to the
Jesus.
bus. Have you
I'm
ever
never getting over that.
Never.
No.
There's nothing to. I mean, like you.
And
Can't because
what
that's
a parent to have that happen to.
Yeah. Of all the people.
all the parents. What?
Jeez.
Like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
I was
Wow.
like, how did you not go to the county or the news or something? And she's like, honestly, I think if I was friends with you guys, I would have. But
Yeah.
I was just like, what are you? But the principal did what the principal should have done. You know what I mean? Like, and
Mhm.
as far as that goes, so there was
Yeah,
no
like,
other repercussions
Unfortunately,
that could have
there's
been
no
taken.
explanation.
Yeah.
There's no
Right.
excuse.
It's
None.
human.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're
Freaking
done.
ridiculous. I
Oh my
can't.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
That
I
is
had
very
one other
crazy.
story from the soccer weekend. Okay. So Ellie's finals game was on one field and we were back to back with Brennan's field. Well, on Ellie's field before her game, the game went to PKs. And I guess Brennan's game had to wait because they were waiting for one of the refs from that field.
Take over.
Yeah. So, when it's PKs and it's your own kid, you're obviously dying. But when it's a different team, you're watching like, I know whose parent. I go, this one over here, she's pacing like, I was like, that's got to be a goalie's mom. But I was like, what colors is your son wearing? And she tells me, da, da. And so we're watching and he got to take a shot as a keeper. That's fun, right? So he made it.
Yeah.
And then he saved the next ball and the team goes nuts and everybody charges the field and they're celebrating. They have the vuvuzelas and all the air horns and like, it's nuts.
Well, we have an air. Well, we have a,
We have a
horn. Brandon, shout out Brandon.
You have like a plastic shofar.
Okay, no, Brandon definitely listens to the Boondogglers. That's what he calls us. The Boondogglers.
He's like, how are the Boondogglers this evening?
How are the Boondogglers?
Okay, so the other team is laying on the field, like, out their minds, crying. All of a sudden, we're like, okay, like it's already 6:45. Ellie's game was supposed to start at 6:30. We still have to drive home. Like we're far away, but we're like, okay, why isn't anybody clearing the field? Why aren't the games starting? Why is it? Well, the team celebrated, but it wasn't time. It wasn't over.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Refs miscounted and the other team had to get another chance. And so then the other team got their chance. So meanwhile, the same team that originally won the second time.
Thank
oh my
goodness,
gosh, could you
that would've been a
imagine?
mess.
I know, but our chairs were by the other team and those kids like technically lost in PKs twice.
Yes, that's bad.
Like PKs
That's
are the
bad.
worst way to win and the worst way to lose, but to lose in PKs twice in 5 minutes, I
No.
can't.
All I can say is at least you guys got the beautiful fields this weekend because we got dirt
The sand-
piles.
We were in a sandbox.
We
It
had
was terrible.
that place.
It was
is
not sand. That was
unbelievable.
straight dirt. Dirt.
I mean, they
Terrible.
were literally running and they had like,
No, it's embarrassing
a
to look
dust
at the
ball.
Trace
Film.
video. It's embarrassing to look at the Trace video of the games on brown fields.
I
Like
can't.
yeah.
of dirt. Like it's brown and dirt. Like that's it. It's
Of
I hate-
all the soccer fields in all the state.
it's
I,
terrible.
and I hate turf fields. Like Ellie is torn
Hate
up
them.
from the turf this weekend.
Yeah.
But unfortunately in Florida, you're either rained out, you have a dead dirt field, or
Mhm.
you have turf.
turf. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like what's the choice? It sucks. Oh, Lord.
I hate
They're all
her
terrible.
so much.
Terrible.
I was asked to be on the hospitality committee for the high school. And I walk in the first day I'm there to inventory or whatever. And there were teachers right in the hallway. We stopped and we were talking.
Sure.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you have to answer.
right now.
answer.
Hey, just podcasting. What's going on with you?
No.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Man, this is a lot of work you guys do.
I can't. We're
Oh
we're
my God.
internationally
Syndicated.
syndicated.
Yeah. All right. Your best bet is to text me unless you want everyone to know. But I already know it. It lives good. Okay. Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Tell him I'm mad at him anyway.
Oh, wait. Eden's mad at you.
Did he find anything?
Did you
Story?
find anything at your townhouse?
At my time, I found a plant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, would have been nice to know.
It's so cute.
out.
Did you really have all the plants ripped out?
Every single one of them.
That's absolutely hilarious.
Not before I got there.
Someone was playing a joke on me.
That's really funny. Oh, but it's good for inside
didn't
and
he
it
read
doesn't
it?
need much attention.
No, it's inside. It's
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, yeah.
Getting all the attention it needs.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Make sure you talk to it when you get there every time. All right. I'll see you in a little.
Bye. Okay, so,
So-
Eden is asked
okay, so I
to
walk
be on
into
the
the high school.
hospitality.
Yeah, so I walk
committee.
into the high school and that, like I don't know many, I know my kids' friends, but beyond that, I don't know anybody. It's not our
Yeah.
neighborhood, we're at a
I know
magnet,
nobody.
whatever. And this girl is talking to a teacher and I said something about, I would be providing the food for the senior symposium. And she was like, I'm a senior, I'll be there. And I looked up and I go, oh my God, is your mom's name Alicia and your dad's name?
It was
Iran?"
Irana Rez's daughter. Sorry, I just had a joke.
Oh my
Go ahead. Tell the story.
gosh.
I'm just kidding. Say it again.
I looked up and I was like, I wasn't like conversating with her. So I look up and I was like, oh my God, is your mom's name Alicia and your dad's name Iran? And she's like, yeah. I was like, I graduated high school with them and
Oh
you
my
literally look like both of them. Like,
Oh
does.
my
One of them, like,
gosh.
she looks like both of them, and she was so sweet.
Shout out to
Shout
our
out.
fellow class of 1995ers.
Yep.
Yep.
So I was like, holy cow. But like, so then that sent me into this whole tunnel because people will all the time be like, oh my God, I saw your kid. I don't
Same.
think they know it's my kid because they look like me. I think
Yeah.
just because they're on Facebook. But this daughter looks like both of her parents
Yes,
identical.
Really?
she does.
Both of them.
People
never
ask
seen different.
Olivia, they'll be like, "Is your mom Amy?" Like they know, they think she looks like me.
Yeah,
Olivia
I don't
looks
think
a
like
lot like you.
I don't
I-
think anyone's looking at my kids and being like, "That's Amy
No.
Herman Battaglia's kid."
But if they looked at
happened
Nick's
to Ellie.
sister,
yeah, yeah,
It's happened
but
to
it's
Ellie.
different because
People
you
have
know
thought-
both the mom and dad from like forever and ever and ever and
Yeah.
ever.
yeah,
Ago.
I
And,
agree.
Like know
Yeah,
them.
you knew them when they were the
Yeah,
current
right.
age.
It was
Right.
so weird, you
Which-
guys.
Which
I was
reminds
like,
me,
what?
so I've been posting our new episodes like as they drop on the class of 1995, the Nova Titan class
No,
of
you have
1995 reunion page. Yes, yeah, it's
You
on the
prob-
I knew
that's
that
on the
I
reunion
didn't-
page.
Oh, the reunion page.
on the
I
reunion
thought
page.
someone just asked about a reunion. I didn't know
Oh,
that you
no, no, no.
posted our pod.
Yes, so I post the podcast
hilarious.
and a few people have like watched and commented, but one of our fellow class of 1995 classmates asked made a comment saying that he saw that the class of 1994 is planning their reunion for the summer, and has anyone started planning the class of 1995? And I think I tagged you in the comment, Eden, because
You
I
did.
said that I said, actually, we talk about it on the podcast, and Eden and I have started discussing it. So if anyone has any ideas or, whatever, to
How many
comment
people
and get
volunteered?
in touch with us. 0.
Of course.
Mhm.
So we'll throw a kick-ass reunion as we did
Yes.
last time and maybe the
So-
time before, and we'll take
Yeah.
it from there.
So, but we do need to get it on the calendar to like maybe
Yes.
sit down, talk about.
I just summer. I feel
we
like it
wanna
has
do.
to be midsummer. What do you think?
We need to get planning.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, you do. Thanks, ladies. I'm one of those not volunteering. Here I am.
But
Sorry.
yeah, I think the class.
I
of
mean, I'll do whatever you need me to do.
1994
We know.
I think the class of 1994 is doing maybe like bar Rita on Friday night, and then something like more formal on Saturday night.
Oh,
is
are
what
they
I
doing something
saw.
more formal?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, cool. I
Yeah.
heard about the barita, but I haven't heard about
Yeah.
anything else.
So
Yeah, I saw the bar Rita thing. Nothing
And it's
else.
late August when
yeah, it is late.
Broward
August.
is back
It
in
August.
school, and I
Yeah.
think football season's already started.
I know it's hard because we do have people who no longer live in state.
We
and
have
with kids,
international people.
school, all those things. Yes.
All the international people.
I don't know what you ended up putting about my estrogen patch. My hair is not falling out in the shower like it used to.
Wow.
Like even Bo was like, "Where's all your hair in the shower?" Like even if I try to clean, there's always hair. Like
Yeah.
it's like sticking.
It's sticking. It's staying.
It is. So
Well, that's
hopefully
good
it'll grow
news.
down here and get thicker,
Yeah.
and then it'll be long like yours.
I started taking
I know.
Nutrafol.
Are you noticing?
It's been a month. It's been exactly a month because I finished, like, I got the 6-month supply. So they send you a glass jar with your first 30 days, and then they send you 5 pouches. And so I
Ah.
just emptied the jar and refilled one of the pouches. So I know it's been it was a month 2 days ago.
Okay.
So
Are you
they
seeing less
said-
hair in the shower? Well, were you seeing hair in the shower? Let's start there.
I mean, the shower
Yes?
all over the
What?
floor. Like I have to
Okay.
vacuum every day. But then again, there's 3 of us girls in the
that's fair.
house. And so there's always hair everywhere all the
Everywhere.
time.
okay.
But me specifically, yes, like always. And I don't know that I've noticed less, but it did say like you have to give it like a couple months.
Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense. It's
Rachel
your-
Collin is texting. Hold on.
Oh,
yes.
yay.
This is what she said. Oh my God, live for you guys. It's a bed party and the friends make a registry wish list. So insanely nuts. Code college for 10% off. Can do any school. And she sent the link to her tumblers.
The Tumblr is an awesome gift, you guys. It's really cool.
They're really cute. Oh my God,
Okay.
I think I want a UCF one. It's so cute.
I'm telling you, they're really,
I'll
really
put a
cute.
picture. Definitely
Oh
not
my God,
getting an FAU
obsessed.
one, but have fun.
All right, guys.
Well, they only have 3 here, but she said she can do any class.
Any
Any of
school,
them.
yeah, like
Any
at this
school.
school I did was George Washington, which I feel like isn't a giant school, and she had
Right.
that mocked up for me instantly. It was awesome.
Awesome. Well, I'll post that. I'll post a picture of one. I'll post a link and I'll post her code for a discount. Yay. So that's
Great
fun.
graduation
Rachel
gift.
Colin the shots.
We
She has other
love
stuff on her website
Colin.
too.
Oh, a
There's
ton
that.
of very cool
Ton
stuff.
of
Her
very
stuff
cute,
is the
unique
best.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
Perfect for like a housewarming or if you're going to
Yeah.
a little wine party, whatever. Everything.
or maybe
She's at a
or
wine
maybe
party.
for a high school reunion.
Yes, bring me a present.
Yes. No, but we
For
can
the
have like
host of the
gifts
high
and
school.
giveaways. Oh my gosh.
Giveaways.
For who has the
Giveaways.
most kids.
Yes, for who has. All right, guys, I gotta go, but
Okay.
it's been real, and thank you all for spending another episode with us on our useless, pointless podcast. Amy,
Seriously.
yep,
Well,
take us
again,
out.
I'm sorry we wasted your time and killed more brain cells. We hope you get something out of it. We really
I had
appreciate
fun.
you joining us. Yeah.
Yes.
Keep sending the
love you
comments. We
guys.
love it.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
Oh my God, there's the peace sign.
Peace.
End meeting. Oh,
I did nothing. I did nothing.
Shut
Wait.
up.
I did nothing. My hands are, I did nothing. Wait, I said
Peace.
peace.
Happy birthday celebration.
I literally did nothing. My hands were in my lap.
Oh,
What was that?
Amy, are you doing it?
no.
What
All
did you
I tried to-
click? What were
I-
you trying to click?
I leave.
Oh, okay. Bye. Peace.
The Boondoggled podcast is hosted by Amy Battaglia, Eden Cates, and Amy LaBarbera. It is produced and edited by Amy Battaglia. Intro and outro music by Jason Herman. If you liked the show, and even if you didn't, please share it with your friends. And be sure to follow Boondoggled Podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, and TikTok. Join us next week for another absolutely pointless episode. See you then.